special judge has granted judicial custody of former Union Minister P. Chidambaram. What this essentially means that it paves the way for Chidambaram to be sent to Tihar jail. That's the big breaking news coming in at this point. 14 days judicial custody for Chidambaram has been given. Those visuals there coming in. But this is the big breaking news coming in at this point of time. Judicial custody has been granted until the 19th of September. And this paves the way for Chidambaram to be sent to Tihar jail. This is 14-day judicial custody. The special judge has granted judicial custody of former Union Minister P. Chidambaram, paving the way for him to be sent to Tihar jail. Meenakshi joining us on the phone line. Meenakshi, big breaking news coming in.
Well, that's right, Avni. This is perhaps going to go down as one of the worst days in Mr. Chidambaram's recent past, where we have seen hot protestations to this judicial custody aspect also being advanced in the court by no less than Kapil Sibal, saying that judicial custody cannot naturally follow police custody, but clearly that has not found favor with the judge. And earlier in the day, we have seen the setback from the Supreme Court in the INX Media case, where the Supreme Court had withdrawn the interim protection from any prospective custodial interrogation by the ED. The ED was present in the courtroom today. They would have moved in and arrested Mr. Chidambaram if by any chance the judge had released Mr. Chidambaram. But clearly that is not to be. And P. Chidambaram, for now, has been sent to judicial custody till the 19th of September by the special judge, CBI judge at the Rouse Avenue Court Complex. So, yes, that's big breaking news coming in. And given the fact that this aspect of being sent to the Tihar was very, very vociferously contested, not just before the trial court, but also in the Supreme Court on the 2nd of September, it is clear that this will go down as perhaps one of the worst days in P. Chidambaram's life.
Yes, absolutely, Meenakshi. If you can just, give us a little more perspective about this now, what happens next, and this entire, because this, of course, has been, like you said, this issue of going to Tihar jail, the issue of judicial custody, all of that has been extremely deeply contested as well.
Well, absolutely, Avni. We have seen this matter take a lot of twists and turns. We have seen this being argued and debated not just before the special judge, but multiple forums, including that of the Supreme Court. In the Supreme Court, the issue today was pertaining to a prospective custodial interrogation by the ED after the CBI was done with him. And that was very hotly contested. On that, in the morning, the Supreme Court's orders came by where the Supreme Court said it did not wish to hamper the probe at this stage, and it is not extending this umbrella of protection to Mr. Chidambaram from a prospective custodial interrogation by the ED. Now, in the second half, Mr. Chidambaram was presented before the special judge, Rouse Avenue Court Complex, because his custody period, as was last extended, ended today, which is the 5th of September. And here again, we saw this application being moved this time by CBI seeking judicial custody of Mr. P. Chidambaram, saying that he is still needed for questioning purposes. But since the remand period is over, as per provisions of CRPC, he can no longer be placed in police remand, and therefore he should be placed under judicial custody. Now, this judicial custody aspect, Avni, we have seen in the past be hotly contested by Mr. P. Chidambaram's legal team, including on the 2nd of September before the Supreme Court, where it was Mr. Kapil Sibal, Mr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi who tried to press before the Supreme Court that an arrangement of a house arrest perhaps can be explored for Mr. P. Chidambaram. But clearly that application was withdrawn today in the Supreme Court in the light of the earlier orders pertaining to the ED's demand for custodial interrogation. The Chidambaram team, understood the fact that it would be to their disadvantage to invoke any further negative orders of the top court. And just moments back, that is why it is being said that this will go down as one of the worst days of his life, because he had showcased his aversion to being lodged in the Tihar jail, and that is exactly where he will be sent, because the judicial custody has been granted by the special judge Rouse Avenue till 14 days time, Avni.
Yes, absolutely. Meanwhile, I mean, actually, he also wanted to surrender to the enforcement directorate. There was a lot of twists and turns, like you pointed out, that has been happening over the last few days as well.
Well, absolutely. That is all a matter of strategy. The ED officials were very much present in the court today before the special judge. And ED would have pressed for an immediate arrest of Mr. P. Chidambaram if perchance the special judge would have acceded to the demands and the prayers of Kapil Sibal, who had prayed as to how judicial custody should not naturally follow a police custody. There has to be enough grounds that justify a judicial custody. And in Mr. P. Chidambaram's case, the aspersions that are being cast that he will tamper with witnesses or influence evidence or influence the ongoing investigations, that needs to be supported by evidence. And Kapil Sibal asked the judge, where is the evidence? But despite that, of course, taking into cognizance the entire matter, the judge has applied his mind and he has just pronounced his verdict moments back. So, Avni, ED would have pressed for an immediate arrest if the judge was releasing Mr. P. Chidambaram, having acceded to Kapil Sibal's demands. That has not happened. The judge is sending Mr. P. Chidambaram to judicial custody, which will mean that he will be transported to the Tihar jail, and therefore the ED will not be pressing for an immediate arrest. They have some more time to press for an arrest whenever they wish to do so in the foreseeable future.
Right, absolutely. The other issue, of course, Meenakshi, is going to be as far as security is concerned, considering the level of security that he is eligible for, that all of that would have to be taken into account as far as his going into Tihar jail is concerned.
Well, Abhi, the Tihar jail is equipped to handle high-profile, high-profile prisoners. Remember, Mr. Chidambaram is not the first high-profile person to be sent to jail. We have seen a host of high-profile inmates in Tihar in the 2G case. And we were just inside the courtroom, and there was a very, very heavy deployment of not just Delhi police personnel, but the CRPF was also there at hand, anticipating whichever order would be passed by the special judge. So clearly, as far as the security bandobast is concerned, we will have the details in a short while. But one thing is certain, Tihar is one of the best staffed, jails in India.